Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're doing a Sesame Street lamp. It's really cool, really intricate, and if you follow along, anybody can do it, so stay tuned right after this. Okay, we're back, and the items needed for this is a balloon column stand. Okay, I'm using a lamp from IKEA, which is my favorite stand to use. It's economical, it's really cheap, it holds up really well, and it's easy to put together. So we're going to use one of those, but any stand will do. We're going to use some green 260s, green 350s. I have some 5-inch green round balloons. We're using a 24-inch white topper, and then we're also going to go ahead and use a nice balloon lamp, not lamp, it's a balloon light that I found on Amazon. It comes with a remote control, you can change the colors, and it's going to be really nice. We're going to stick that inside the topper. First thing you're going to need to do is attach your lamp, attach your stand together. It comes in 4 poles. We're going to use all 4 poles. These are 2 poles I put together ahead of time. We're just going to screw that on. And if you have a regular balloon stand, just make sure you put it together. It could be PVC, whatever you want to use. Just make sure if you're using PVC that you cover it, because sometimes you can see the white coming through if you're using a white PVC pipe. Sorry. Okay, once you have your lamp or stand put together, we're going to go ahead and blow up a 350. I'm going to put this off to the side so you can see me. You want to blow up your 350 almost all the way. You want to leave a little bit of tail in the end because we're going to make basically like a bird body with this. But tie that off. You can use a hand pump if you like. And we're going to basically size it up and make it into 4. We want to make 4, size it into 4. So I'm going to cut it halfway here. And see where that mark is. And twist that. And then I just want to see where my mark is for my first one is right here. Okay? That's how we're going to size it into 4. Once you have that, twist it off. And now you have your first 2. Take that nozzle, bend it down, and twist it right on that first mark you made. Pull the knot through. And then we're going to come back up. Right where it comes up here, we're going to squeeze a little bit and make a twist. And then we're going to do a bird body. And basically the way you do that is I'm going to open up these 2 and then push and roll these 2 over it and push this piece through. So if you see the hair, I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to push while rolling it through. Roll, 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 roll. And then you have something like that. And you have something that looks like this. Okay? Once you have that, we're going to take this piece and pull it back down so you have 4 equal sides. And that little bit of nozzle here, you're just going to wrap that into the top and tie it off. It's a little tricky. If you can't tie it, just wrap it around. Okay, there we go. And then we're just going to basically slide this onto our pole. And that, when we do that, we're just going to open up 2 sides, stick that on, and then do the same thing for the bottom. Just open it up and slide it back on. Okay, once you have that on, if it's too tight, you don't have to mix them. Just stick it right onto the pole. Once you have that, we're going to go ahead and blow up another 350. So you're basically going to blow up a 350 and blow it up to about 3 finger lengths on the end. And we're going to wrap it around and measure up, wrap it around the 350s that we just assembled here and just find out where they meet. So right about there, I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze that and make a bubble. And then I am going to take the nozzle, bend it up, find out where that spot is, right about there. All I'm going to do is tie those together right where that mark met. There. Once you have that tied off, you can go ahead and take a scissor and pop this or rip it off. And now you have, this will fit snugly on here. So what you can go ahead and do is put it on top of your pole, slide it around, and then slide it down. Alright, that's going to be your base. Now we're going to take a 260 and do the same exact thing. a hand pump if you got it. This one ended up being perfect. Tie that off, get rid of your excess there, and slide that on as well. Now we're going to take 4 260s, we're going to blow them up and make a quad with them. Okay, once you have your fourth 260 inflated, we tie it to that other one and we're going to make a quad. So we just take our 260s and we marry them together, just like this. Rotate them around, and now we have a quad. The way we're going to do that, the way we're going to attach that, is by just sticking your stamp hole right in between two balloons, just like you would doing any of the balloon decorations, right at the bottom here, and rotating them. Okay, you could rotate it one more time if you want, make it nice and tight. There you go, just like that. Once you attach your 260s to the pole, we're going to go ahead and blow up another 350, and we're going to do the same thing, but this time, when we wrap it around, we're going to go between the 260s and the 350s. We're just going to make a nice little circle there. So, load up. I'll use my pump for this time. I'm going to go ahead and measure it. Right about there is good. I'm going to wrap it around and tie it. Once you have that tied, you can get rid of your excess. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with the 260. Marking my spot, twisting it, and then tying it off. Get rid of your excess. And this is going to start holding, this base piece is going to start holding these in line because we're going to go straight up with these 260s. Okay? Once you have that, we're going to make some bubbles. We're going to make the bubbles the same way you would normally make like bubbles for a fish, or you want pearls for a necklace. We're going to take a 260 and blow it up about halfway. And then we're going to make 8 bubbles, but you can make them any size you want. I'm making 1-inch bubbles, so 8 usually fits around. So let's count them off. The way you do that is you squeeze right where the 1-inch mark is, or a little bubble. Squeeze and twist away from you. Squeeze a distant, twist it a distant amount. Okay. You can do it towards you too, but just make sure that you do that same direction if you're going away or towards you. Okay. When I take that bubble, I'm going to put it between my ring finger and my pinky finger, and I'm going to do the same thing 8 times. So I have the first bubble here is 1. I'm going to squeeze, twist. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now before you tie it off, just make sure I measure it again. I think 8 should be sufficient. And that's perfect. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie that first bubble to that last bubble I made and get rid of the excess. Okay, we'll just get rid of that. You can use the scissors if you like. Now, I'm going to take some 260s. You can use scraps if you have, but I like using the full ones because we really want to get it nice and flat when you wrap it. Okay, we're going to wrap these around our straight up and down 260s. Okay, I'm going to go up about, I don't know, I'd say about a foot. And we're going to take a look and make sure these are positioned right. We have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, covering the pole completely. And right about here, I'm going to go ahead and tie it. You probably can get away with using cutting a 260 in half and then tying it there, okay? And then you can, cut a 260 in half and then using 1 260 for 2 ties. So once you have that done, it can be a little bit wacky at first, but then you just got to straighten it out. Okay, covering the pole. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to tie another one up there, but let's go ahead and cover this one. with another 260. We're going to blow it up and do the same thing we did down here. You might be tempted to skip the tie part and just put this on, but I found that the balloons don't really stay together as well if you don't use the tie. So I would use the tie first, and then the balloon. You could also use monofilament if you got like 10-pound fishing line, which is really thin. Go ahead and use that as a tie, and then wrap this piece around. Okay, and once you have that, we're going to do the bubbles right on top. You tie that off, and then we're going to come up and put another tie. Let's see if I can use a scrap here. We're going to go up about, I don't know, about 1.5 feet and make another tie. You could do that with monofilament if you like as well. And then just take a look and make sure that everything is covered. Okay, you can always adjust the bubbles and everything a little bit at the end. So once you have that tied there, we're going to go ahead and start adding our topper. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this to the ground and you can see what's going on. Okay, hopefully you can get the top of my head here, but I put it down on the ground so you can see what's going on. Once you have your tie here, we're going to come up and you want to leave about, I don't know, I want to say about 3 inches on the top. And that's going to leave space for 2 quads, for basically 2 quads. And then we're going to put the topper on top. But the way we're going to start finishing everything up is we're going to make another set of 8 bubbles. And we're going to go ahead and tie it around. Right about, you got 2 space for 2 quads, and then you're going to have a 260 here with bubbles here. So right about, say, 6 inches down, we're going to make those bubbles, wrap them around the time. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and take another 260. Do the same thing, we're going to wrap that around, measure it, tie that off. And then we're going to go ahead and every single one of these balloons, we're going to twist right where it is here, and then we're going to snip the top and tie it so they're all at the same height. So I'll just get my scissors. I'm going to twist it right about here. So it's still giving it a little bit above this 260 you want, just so it doesn't fall out. Okay, we're going to twist it, snip it, tie it. And you can move these down for now, just making sure that they're all the same height. They're all going to be matching the same height. So. All right. So once you have these all tied off and all the same height, we're going to take 2 duplets of 5-inch green balloons. These are blown up to about 4.5 inches. Make sure they're all the same size, and tie 2 together, make a quad. And then we're just going to stick it right on the pole here. Okay, and then once you stick it on, you're going to rotate this balloon and this balloon. Push it down. And then we're going to go ahead and add our topper. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make the topper. Before we make the topper, I just want to show you, once you have this done, you're just going to push those up. They're very easy to maneuver, okay? And this is a 24-inch white latex balloon, and I have these special lights, which are pretty awesome. I'm going to show you what they do, but we're going to stick these lights into this balloon, okay? And the way you do that is just by opening the nozzle and stretching it open. Actually, whoopsie, forgot. You want to make sure you tie a ribbon to the bottom of it. I'm going to put this light in the description area below so you'll see which light it is. It's pretty awesome. You can do so many different things with it. But check it out. It's pretty cool. you'll see what it does with this light here. But anyway, we go ahead and tie it on. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and stick it. You're going to open up the nozzle of your balloon. Takes a little bit of strength though. Once you have it, you're going to put it over the balloon, over the light, and push it through. Okay. Once you have that, you just slide it on. It's not that difficult. Okay. And you have this here, and that's going to help keep the light balloon down so it's not floating around. It's not like it's going to float around anyway, but just so you can manipulate it so where the lights, if it's this way or that way. Okay. Once you have that, we're going to put it on. You can do a hand pump with this or your mouth, but it's going to take you forever. So I got a little electric hand pump to speed up the process. So we're going to blow it up to about, this is not full 24 inches. I'm blowing it up probably around 20 inches or so. Okay? Before I tie it, I'm just going to make sure I pull down that light so the lights are facing up. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie my balloon. Once you tie your balloon, we're going to go ahead and, this is going to be our topper. We're going to go ahead and blow up another 4 5-inch balloons. And we're going to blow them up to about 2 inches. They're going to be half the size as the quad that we put on there. Okay, just about that size there. Tie those together. I'm going to take another 2, not sure where they went, and do the same thing. We're going to marry those together. And there should be a little bit of nozzle left here where you can attach it to. So I'm just going to open up your 2 balloons, put it on like you put on any other quad. So you open it up, slide it down, and then rotate this balloon to this balloon. Okay, you want to make sure that this quad nestles in between the quad below it, so this balloon should be here. And that balloon there. Okay, once you have that, we can add our topper. So you just take another scrap or regular 260. We're going to tie that to the nozzle of this balloon, our topper. You could use ribbon or monofilament as well, but I find that the 260 always holds everything into place. You probably heard me say that 1,000 times. Okay, so once you have that, we're going to go ahead and attach it right to the top and just wrap it around the quads below. And you can go ahead and tie that in too. Once you have that, we're going to adjust it. And now we'll get to this street sign. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit. Now, for this one here, you could do 2 different things. If you have barbecue sticks, like the skewers, you can always stick one in right in between here and have it stick out, and then you can attach your sign on that way. Or if you don't, and it's a worst case scenario, you can make one out of a 260, which I think I showed in the picture before. Alright, so we're just going to blow it up. Tie it off. And we're going to make 3 ear twists. So we're going to make a 1-inch bubble. And take that nozzle, fold it down, and twist it. Do that again. 1-inch bubble, hold it down, pull up, and twist. And then you do that one more time. 1-inch bubble, hold it down, pull up, and twist. Now you'll have straighten them all out so they're all facing the same way. And then you could tie, I think that's long enough. You could even just see how long you want your hole to be. I want it to be about that size, so I'm just going to twist here. Break off the rest. Tie it. And what you'll do is take another 260 scrap. This is actually a 350, but you can take a 260 scrap, stick it into the ear twists, and then we're going to wrap it around our pole. tie it. And then arrange it the way you like it, okay? And then we would attach our sign right there, okay? So, I'm just gonna go ahead and pan out, give you a nice picture of this, and then we're gonna test the lights. Okay, so we're gonna test our light now. You just hit on. Okay, we have our blue, our green, our red, and this light is really cool. You could do things like strobe, and then you have our fade, which is really nice. It fades in and out. Let's see. Oh, here. Okay, here you go. Here's the fade, and our smooth. But that's it. Hope you like it. Stay subscribed. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.